Hello and welcome to Continuing Education. I am so glad to see you guys here today. I really hope you are finding value in the classes that you've watched so far. And if this is your first class, then we're so excited to have you here and that you have decided to partner with us on your wellness journey with doTERRA. doTERRA is really about a lifestyle, and we want to make sure that you guys feel empowered. And so thank you for being here today. And I really hope you guys find value in this class. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. We are talking about essential oils for every age. Give me just a sec. Okay, essential oils for every age. Now, I am really passionate about this topic because you can see right here that I've got kids and I've got 4 children and they are ages 20, 18, 15, and 5. My name is Becca Schugert. I'm a certified nutritional consultant and a certified essential oil specialist. I'm also probably a homeschool expert because I have homeschooled all my kids since the very beginning, since my oldest was in kindergarten. And again, that's something else that I'm really passionate about. So I hope that you guys find value in what we're talking about and that you are going to have some really good takeaways from today's class. All right, so let's start with pregnancy, all right? And I'm gonna give you my personal testimony. I found out that I was pregnant at 45 years of age. And I was 6 weeks pregnant and I had just started my journey with doTERRA. And I have to say that hands down, it was the best pregnancy that I have experienced. And a lot of that was a result of really good nutrition and making sure I fed my body well. And then the other component of it was doTERRA's essential oils, because they helped me so much be able to support my body in a way that I had been unable to do with my other pregnancies. So when I went into labor, I always have back labor. And if you're a woman in here that has experienced back labor, you understand how difficult it can be to manage. And one of the things I was able to do in this pregnancy, which was a VBAC after 2 cesareans, I was able to stay at home and labor at home and walked into the hospital and I was dilated at 9 centimeters. And it is 100% due to some of the exercises that I had done during my pregnancy, the stretches that I was doing while I was in labor, and also due to using doTERRA essential oils to help manage that pain. So you can see I'm really passionate about pregnancy and how you can use doTERRA in your pregnancy. So this is one of my favorite products, Terrazyme. And that is because digestion and absorption of nutrients is absolutely foundational to your health. So when we are properly digesting our food, we absorb and assimilate more nutrients and we remove waste more efficiently. Nearly 1 in 3 people in the US experience some kind of digestive problem, and proper digestion is one of the reasons that people start to seek out natural options. I know I have a compromised digestive system from years and years of antibiotic use. Now, every single cell in your body depends on certain enzymes, and without enzymes, nothing in our body would work well. As we age, our bodies will start to slow down enzyme production, so we have to supplement. For younger people that already have compromised digestion, supplementation is also important to support their body and hopefully to prevent some issues down the road. So the typical benefits of enzyme supplementation would include reduced digestive distress and increased energy, because up to 80% of your body's vital energy is spent on digestion. So if you can help your digestive system be more efficient, then you can free up enormous amounts of energy and help improve your regularity. So if you're pregnant, you can take this safely with every single meal. If you are breastfeeding, Terrazyme will pass through your breast milk to your baby and help settle baby's tummy. So if you're going to eat something you know doesn't really agree with you, try taking a couple of Terrazyme before eating it and see how it works for you. And then, like, if you start to remove the foods that you don't know agree with you, imagine how much that is going to free up the energy that you need in order to do your daily functions, right? So you can take your Terrazyme. The dosage is like 1 to 3 before meals. I personally take 3 because of my digestive issues in the past, but you can give it a try, see what works for you, because everybody is different. All right, Let's talk about Copaiba. You can take 2 drops under your tongue daily to help maintain a healthy milk supply. It also works on the endocannabinoid system, and so it's very calming to the central nervous system. We know that whether a baby is in utero or whether they are breastfeeding, that they feel you when you are stressed. They can feel it in their body. And so Copaiba will not only help with your milk supply, but it can also help just keep you calm and also calm some inflammation that you may be experiencing during pregnancy. Let's talk about basil and fennel. So these two, after nursing, you can apply topically to breasts with your fractionated coconut oil, again, to support a healthy milk supply. Make sure that you avoid the areola and the nipple and focus more on the outside of the breast and even up under the armpit, because that's where all the milk ducts and things are. So make sure you're doing that, but you don't want baby to get any of it in its mouth. So mother's milk tea is also another really good thing that I use. I used to drink it in order to support my body making enough milk right in the very beginning when you're producing the colostrum. It's got a couple of different, a number of different herbs, but I specifically remember like fennel and fenugreek, and this is really helpful for you as well. Now, let's talk about some oils that you want to use with caution or use sparingly, because it totally depends on your body. Peppermint, for example, is one that may slow down milk supply in some people. So if producing milk is a struggle for you, you may want to limit or avoid it entirely. There are a lot of blends that have peppermint in them, so just make sure you check the label of the bottle before you use. Personally, again, I did not experience any adverse effects using peppermint while breastfeeding, but you just have to know what works for your body. So if you already know that you have an issue with milk, then I would suggest just go ahead and eliminating it totally. There's usually something else that you can use for the desired benefit that you want. It's always a good idea to have a reference book. And a couple of my favorites are like the Essential Life book, the Advanced Oil Magic book, and the Essential Midwife's book for pregnancy, birth, and babies. And Stephanie Fritz is the author of the Essential book for pregnancy, birth, and babies, and she's a certified midwife. She's got great information and a website, so you make sure that you check that out if you're pregnant, or check it out for your friend that's pregnant. Okay, let's talk about using doTERRA oils on your babies. I'm sure many of you have babies, maybe you have grandbabies, you have friends with babies, and friends who are expecting babies. And this is a really good time to think about giving them an oil sample and letting them know that there are natural options available, that they may be able to avoid some over-the-counter medications and even prescriptions. It is so empowering to be able to take action to support your baby at a cellular level rather than using potentially harmful medications. Now, I'm going to sideline here for a minute and go off on a tangent because it is that important to me. Please do not use Tylenol with your babies, your children, or yourself. It is the leading cause of liver failure in the US. It depletes glutathione in the body, which is the master antioxidant that helps the body fight off infection. It suppresses your immune system, and the long-term usage may increase the risk of stomach bleeding or ulcers. So these are just a few reasons to not use Tylenol. And if you want to know more, you can research it further and know that there are better options out there. There are so many different options. And if you need to reach out to me personally for, hey, what did you use when you didn't use Tylenol? Let me know, because I did this even with my 20-year-old. We never used Tylenol for her because I found other things that were more effective. Okay, so we're off my little soapbox. Okay, we're back. We're talking about On Guard Touch. And one of the things that I like to do with littles is when I take the On Guard Touch, it's already got some fractionated coconut oil in it. But I like to add a little bit of more to my hand and then take the On Guard Touch, swipe it, and then put it on the bottoms of the baby's feet. And then depending on how active the baby is, you may want to put some socks on. If they're taking their socks off and throwing them and all of that, then you might want to put a little bit up and down the spine. But this is just you're adding a little bit of an extra layer of protection because baby's skin is very thin, and it's a lot easier to add more oil later than it is to take away. So we just want to make sure that we're being wise and not giving them too much at a time. So you only need just a couple of little swipes. And I prefer the, the less is more method because doTERRA's oils are so incredibly potent. Now, you can also apply more frequently during the day, like if you're actively trying to ward off something. So let's talk about the Tamer blend. First of all, it smells amazing. Secondly, it's from the Kids Collection. And this is the tummy blend that you can gently apply right over the belly for any sort of digestive issue. And we're talking about acid reflux, constipation, diarrhea. It's very soothing and it works quickly. It works so much faster than the gripe water that I used to use with my girls when they were young. So Tamer is something that you're definitely going to want to have on hand. It also makes a great shower gift. Okay, let's talk about unscented lotion and diffusers. All right, I love using unscented lotion and adding my own oils to it. First of all, I can mix it up and I can make whatever aroma and look for the therapeutic benefit that I need. And I can customize this to everyone in the family if I want to. So fortunately, there are toxin-free options now that we can use with lotion, and we don't have to worry about what we're putting on baby's skin. So adding different oils to it, here are some good combos. So make sure you're writing these down. Lavender is always a really good one. It's great for calming. It's great for histamine reactions. It's also really good for sleep. And then you can use like frankincense or serenity, cedarwood, copaiba. There are just endless combinations that you can use. Roman chamomile's another one. So like if eczema or skin rashes are an issue for you or your baby, then I would probably do a mix of tea tree, Roman chamomile, and maybe some lavender thrown in there. So you're going to calm that histamine reaction. And if it's something that you need a little bit more of like an antifungal thing, then tea tree oil is good for that. The possibilities truly are endless. And again, you're not having to worry about the toxins that are in the lotion or using a synthetic fragrance on your baby. Diffusers, I absolutely love diffusing. I diffuse every single day, and there's a diffuser in the majority of the rooms in my house. Now, when you have a baby, you can really just diffuse for an hour or so you're not having to really diffuse all night, and they're still going to receive the benefits because aromatic compounds actually stay in the air for a really long time. Lavender and Roman chamomile are two wonderful, gentle oils that are good for sleep. Now, if your baby is feeling a little congested, try lemon essential oil or breathe essential oil. You can apply those to the bottoms of the feet, and you don't even need one drop. Like you can literally just, put like a little bit in your hand and take half of it away, and you've got plenty for your baby. Then you can add your carrier oil. You can rub it into the bottoms of their feet. And I like to always put a little bit on the back, like right over the lungs too, just to make sure that they can still breathe it in, but it's not on their chest where they may rub their hands in it. So diffusing, all of doTERRA's diffusers have like different time limits and intermittent diffusing. So you can definitely find one that is going to be great for your baby. Let's move along to school-aged kids. All right, PB Assist. Now you can take a screenshot here if you want. So for school-aged kids, we have PB Assist Junior. These are probiotics for kids, and they're absolutely delicious. The cool thing is that adults can take them too. So if you have someone who has difficulty swallowing pills, these are a really good option. Even if like someone with sensory issues, sometimes they can have an issue swallowing pills, and they may be more likely to take something like the PB Assist Junior because it actually looks like a pixie stick. Like you peel off the top of it and you take it. And so a lot of times kids with sensory issues find this a little bit better, or you can dissolve it in some water and have them drink that. So switching up probiotic strains is always a good practice. So if you usually take the regular PB Assist, maybe switch it up with a PB Assist Junior. The bacteria strains are different in both of these. PB Assist Junior has some different strains that are really beneficial for kids. It does taste like candy, and one of my little mom secrets, because I am that mom, is that I give a sample of PB Assist away in every little bag of candy that I give to trick-or-treaters at Halloween. So I don't know if they take it or not, but you know what? they're going to have a tummy ache anyway after eating all the candy. So maybe their mom will see this and be like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. I'm going to, give this a try. So there are 6 strains in the PB Assist Junior as well as a prebiotic. So a key component to doTERRA's probiotics is that they are double encapsulated, which means that they're going to survive your stomach acid and get all the way down to that small intestine to repopulate the good bacteria. doTERRA has really taken a lot of great measures to properly formulate this double encapsulation on each little probiotic granule. So it's really, really cool. Now, the A to Z chewables for kids has some of the same ingredients that are in the adult Alpha CRS. So we're talking about brain and cellular support, and it's loaded with antioxidants. So this is like your good, chewable vitamin and mineral thing for kids. And the IQ omegas, you can take these with a teaspoon. You can mix it in a glass of orange juice or put it in a smoothie if they're texture averse. And omegas are vital for healthy brain function, for cognitive development, and for fighting inflammation. So these are a great little pack, like this little 3-pack is a great way to start your kids out for the day, whether they're going to school or if they're like still in virtual school or if you're homeschooling. So this is a great way to get a good start on the day and just have it as a part of your practice. You get up, you make breakfast, you eat breakfast, you take your stuff. All right, so just include it in the routine and they will get used to it if this is a new thing for them. On Guard beadlets. Now these are the next thing. In each drop of an On Guard beadlet, there's a 1/4 of a drop of On Guard. So if you're wanting, your kids are old enough to get like a full drop of On Guard, then you would want to give them 4 beadlets. Again, this is a great option for daily immune support. And so a lot of people just put them in their mouth and swallow them. Some people like to chew them up because they really enjoy the taste of On Guard. Again, if you have kids or adults who don't or won't swallow pills, then applesauce is always a really good idea because the beadlets are so tiny. You're really just going to swallow it right down. Or you can, try to hide it in a smoothie as well. So just like anything else with kids, explaining why this is beneficial is always a good idea. It starts to sink in and you can do things like have them help you count it out, get the teaspoon measurements, involve your kids in the process, because when kids start to take ownership or they feel like they have ownership in their choices, then they are more likely to get on board, especially with change. All right, next we have the Kids Collection. Now, this is pre-diluted for ease and convenience. I absolutely love the Kids Collection. They all smell fantastic, and they are specifically designed to support the mind, body, and the emotions. This collection really empowers kids to grab an oil when they need it. So my son always says, I like the purple one, and that's the calmer one, which is really good for sleep and bedtime routines. Thinker is good for focus and study time. I keep a bottle of Thinker right here on my desk. I use it when I'm doing homeschool, and then I use it right before I'm getting ready to teach or work or do anything at my desk. Thinker is always right here. It smells really amazing too. It's also good for focus and study time. Stronger is your immune system support. Brave is really good for kids who may be nervous about going into a new environment, a new situation, or maybe going to school, anything like that. Brave also smells really good because it has wild orange in it. It's very effective as well. Rescuer is really for physical aches and pains, helpful for those nighttime growing pains. Steady is excellent for reducing feelings of stress. And then we talked about Tamer earlier, which is your tummy blend. So again, pre-diluted for ease and convenience. Seriously, throw them in the backpack, throw them in your purse, keep them, in a safe place in your home, and know that they are specifically addressing the mind, the body, and the emotions of your kids and yourself when you use them too. Adolescents. You can take a screenshot if you want here too. So I have 3 girls, as you know. We've been through the majority of adolescence with them. I've got one who hopefully is, on her way out of that stage pretty soon. It's really a fun age. All right. You just have to know how to manage it. And that's something that you really just learn on the fly. And I'm not kidding. So the great thing about using doTERRA oils is that you can start to pivot and you can teach your kids how to pivot when they're feeling out of sorts, because they will. Now, HD clear skincare. This really helps balance changing skin. Their bodies are going through so much. And guys, it's, they're going through way more than I ever went through, just because of the amount of information that they're bombarded with and all the different messages that they get every single day. And so sometimes just the stress of that can change their skin. And then also the physiological changes and the hormonal changes that are going on, and that can change their skin. And let's just be honest, kids don't always make the best choice about what foods they're eating. So all of that is going to affect their skin. Now, if you have acne prone skin or problematic skin, then the HD clear skin is really good for any age, not just teenagers. My oldest daughter, who's 20, absolutely loves the HD clear moisturizer. She's like, it's lightweight. It doesn't feel heavy on my skin. She doesn't even really wear foundation at all. She just wears eye makeup, and uses the HD Clear moisturizer on a daily basis. There are so many great oils in this little trio that help purify the skin. It's got tea tree, it's got eucalyptus, geranium, litsea, and hoe wood, plus black cumin seed oil. So this is a great option for helping your adolescents with their skin, because as a person who went through a lot of horrible skin issues with acne when I was growing up, it really does erode away your self-confidence. And so if we can do something naturally to help them, then, that's such a gift to be able to give to them. Now let's talk about the Lifelong Vitality Pack. So if you've got like a younger or a smaller, preteen, or, little bit like a really petite child, or maybe they haven't hit their growth spurt yet, if it's a boy, you can start around like 8 to 9 years of age, giving half a dosage of the Lifelong Vitality Pack. And it just totally depends on your child's size and their ability to swallow pills. Now, teenagers can usually take a full dosage. And again, this is for mood support, inflammation, brain and cognitive function support, so many things that are foundational for changing bodies. One of the things that a lot of people don't like to talk about is how much that food affects your mood. And so with the Lifelong Vitality Pack, and you're filling in those micronutrient deficiencies, because we know that adolescents and kids on their own most of the time are not going to choose the healthiest of foods, then let's give them what we can to help support their bodies, because you don't want their body to get depleted while it's doing so much work. Diffusing essential oils. This is one of the best ways and the fastest ways to affect mood. We can be really intentional and proactive about calming our minds and bodies for sleep, and helping just, move through different areas of emotions when we're feeling really upheaval in our lives. If you need to focus or concentrate on a project or homework, then diffusing is an excellent way to do that, because it's the fastest way to your brain, the fastest way to affect your mood, which again is really important for adolescents. So adaptive is one it's really good to put in the diffuser. I have it in my diffuser actually right now. So adaptive is great because it's from our mental health line. It's good for helping with anxiety, depression, and just uplifting their mood and creating intentional focus. It's also backed by clinical trials, and this blend has been instrumental in changing so many lives. So adaptive is one that I keep on hand, keep it close by the diffuser, especially in the kitchen when everybody's kind of hanging out in there. And just, again, in order to provide sort of that calming emotional support in a passive way, right? So getting the oils into their environment without making a big deal out of it, which can be really important to teenagers as well. So Calm, this is for consistent hormonal support. Now, if you have daughters and even sons, sons go through a lot of emotional and hormonal changes as well. And I don't want to diminish that at all. My experience with adolescents is with girls. And so that's kind of what I'm talking about. So one of the things that I noticed with my girls is they actually start cycling every month before they start their cycle. And it can be really difficult for them because they don't understand what's going on, and they really feel like they're just kind of being, tossed on the waves. I remember one of my daughters saying to me, I'm crying and I don't even know why I'm crying, or I'm angry and like, I don't even know why I'm mad. Why am I mad right now? And that was because of her hormones at the time. So one of the things that we can do is, first of all, to talk with them about it, let them know that, hey, you know what, it's okay. Everybody feels this way at different times. But the thing is that, this is normal, but we don't have to stay here. And there are certain things that we can do. I like to use the analogy of how going through adolescence and going through all the physiological changes is really like being like a ship tossed about on the waves. And what Clary Calm can do is help steady that ship physiologically and emotionally while it's sailing through the uncharted waters of hormonal development and changes. So it's going to help regulate emotional upheavals. It can even be used for hot flashes and menopause. So for later on in life, when you're riding on those waves again and the ship being tossed about in the winds, let's provide your body with some consistent daily support. So if you struggle with heavy cycles or intermittent cycles, then use Clary Calm daily on the bottoms of your feet. And then when you're actually having your cycle, then you can rub it right over your abdomen. And that's going to really help alleviate some of the cramping, the PMS symptoms, and things like that. So again, just like with anything, the consistency is absolutely key. So let's move on into adults. If you are wanting to start your health journey or really up-level your health, then nutrition is foundational. You are never, ever going to hear me talk about lifestyle changes and not mention nutrition, because this is where we start. I talk about it with every single customer. I talk about it with people that aren't customers. I talk about it all the time. So this is the Lifelong Vitality Pack, helps fill in the gaps, the micronutrient deficiencies that we all have. None of us eats perfectly. And even when we are really intentional about what we're putting in our bodies, we can still struggle due to improper absorption and soil deficiencies. And this is where the Lifelong Vitality Pack can make a huge difference for you. It has powerful anti-inflammatories, incredible for energy. It's excellent for mood management because your food affects your mood, and this will change your life, I promise you. And if you try it and you don't think it changed your life, then there is a money back guarantee. Now we're going to mention Terrazyme again. I just can't mention it quite enough. So I personally take 3 before each meal. Again, that's due to my history of intestinal issues. And if I'm feeling run down or like my gut isn't right or something's just not sitting right with me, then I will take 6 at bedtime on an empty stomach in order to assist my body in getting rid of toxic waste while I sleep. Because we are not only what we eat, we are what we absorb, and Terrazyme will help you with that. And so again, sometimes we're just feeling a little funky, just feeling a little off. Terrazyme is one of the first things that I go to in order to help expedite whatever is stuck and that's going on with my body. Now, lemon essential oil. So I love adding like 1 to 2 to 3, depending on the size of my glass, drops of lemon in my water. It really helps with pH balance because an acidic body is one that promotes dis-ease. Lemon is excellent for your digestive system, and it encourages the liver to produce a master antioxidant called glutathione. We talked about glutathione when I went on my Tylenol rant. So glutathione helps flush toxins out of the body. Lemon is really powerful for your cells and your immune system. And the great thing is, like, you can also clean with it. It's really good for getting anything sticky or gooey. My favorite way to clean my sink is to sprinkle some baking soda in it in the bottom of the sink, to put like a few drops of lemon in it. Then I dampen my scrubber sponge and I scrub away at it and then rinse it out. And I mean, it is pristine, it smells amazing, and it is really, really clean. Lemon is also the oil of focus, so you can use it aromatically for just focusing and really helping uplift your mood. All of the citrus oils are excellent as mood changers and just helping you really feel good during the day. Let's talk about 3 different ways that we use essential oils. So the first way is aromatic, and there's a couple of different ways you can do this. You can just breathe in the oils by putting a drop in your hand and then cupping your hand over your nose and breathing that in. You can inhale straight from the bottle, or you can use a diffuser. It impacts the brain and the body within about 30 seconds. It is the fastest way to access the brain, just breathing in the oils. It's powerful, it is safe, it is effective. Now, when you see the word fragrance as an ingredient in something, you could be getting at least 100 different synthetic chemicals, and companies legally do not have to disclose what they are putting in there. So go ahead and get rid of your plugins, your air fresheners, your wax warmers, your Yankee candles. Yes, I said it. Grab a diffuser and let your whole family benefit from it. Citrus Bliss is a fantastic essential oil blend to get started with when you're like trying to create an environment that is free of toxicity from fragrance. Citrus Bliss has every single one of doTERRA's citrus oils in it, and it has a hint of vanilla. It really smells like a creamsicle, and I absolutely love to diffuse this. I like to add like 1 drop of peppermint with it, a drop of basil, or a drop of rosemary, and I'm telling you, you are going to love it. So that is our aromatic use, and then we have topical use. So there's a lot of different ways that you can apply topically to your skin. If you're going for a localized benefit, then you can apply to the area where you want to receive the benefit. And it gets into your bloodstream in just a few seconds, and then gets to every cell in your body within a few minutes. And the roller balls are really convenient for applying oils. I have roller balls in my purse. I have them by my bed. I have them by my desk. I have them in the kitchen. I have them in the bathroom. Like, they're everywhere. They go with me when I travel. They're in my kids' backpacks. You know, they literally go everywhere with this. And it's such a convenient way to be able to just use the essential oil right then and there. Adaptive, again, is one that I carry with me a lot. And the Motivate blend is really excellent when you are wanting to, really wanting to complete something. You know, you need a little bit of oomph to your day because you've got something that you need to do. So Motivate, I like to rub right on my adrenals, which sit above the kidneys, on your back, because that's the area where you need support if you're feeling overwhelmed. Motivate is a great essential oil blend. And internal usage, we do encourage internal usage with doTERRA's oils because we know that the purity and the potency is there. So when you use oils in your water, always use glass or stainless steel. Don't use plastic because it's just going to pull the petrochemicals from the plastic, and then you're going to be drinking that in your water. I love citrus oils in my water, so you can, you know, just play around with whatever oils you like. Right now, I'm actually drinking tangerine and grapefruit together, 1 drop of each. And you can use up to 24 drops internally daily for optimal health. So spearmint and wild orange is another good combination. Peppermint is really cooling in the summer. And I'll give you a little recipe when it gets really hot, because I'm in the South, when it gets really hot in the summer here. I love to take 1/4 of a cup of unsweetened cranberry juice, not from concentrate, just pure unsweetened cranberry juice, a drop of Slim and Sassy, and I put that in a glass, and then I add like, 10 to 12 ounces of purified water. And not only does this help keep me cool, like internally, but it also helps with appetite control. It's very refreshing, and the cranberry juice helps the lymphatic system because a lot of times you can just feel gross with the humidity in the South. And so that's my little trick for summertime. So cranberry juice, Slim and Sassy, and purified water. So you can make that recipe up. All right, let's move on to the glory years. Now, if you are older or you have thinning skin, then you're going to probably want to use a little bit more additional coconut oil when you're using essential oils topically. First of all, it's really going to help with skin hydration because we know that depletes as we get older. So increasing your water intake and adding a little bit more fractionated coconut oil will help hydrate your skin. And it's also going to help the oils not flash off so quickly. And so again, just a little bit of extra fractionated coconut oil is going to be beneficial for people in their glory years. And then the lifelong vitality, you know, you're going to support your joints, improved energy. It's going to really protect and nourish the brain. You've got 12 servings of fruits and vegetables, and they are coming from a whole food source. And also sometimes as we age, our appetite can decrease. And again, the Lifelong Vitality Pack will help fill in those micronutrient deficiencies. Now, the Daily Bone Nutrient Complex. This helps you maintain healthy bone mass and density. It has 100% of the daily recommended amount of calcium and magnesium, and minerals don't exist in a vacuum. So the magnesium is added in to transport the calcium to where it's supposed to go. So if you struggle with issues like calcium deposits, then you may be deficient in magnesium, because you may be getting more calcium than you need, but you don't have enough magnesium, so it's not getting into the places where it's supposed to go. It's supposed to be deposited in your bones and your teeth, right? So magnesium is your stress mineral, and we usually deplete it faster when we are under physical and emotional stress. So restless leg syndrome, growing pains in kids, constipation, insomnia, all of these things can be a sign of a magnesium deficiency. All right, so I wanted to share with you real quickly a little testimony from, I'm gonna open this up. I wanna share with you really quickly a testimony, and this goes right along with the glory years, and it's from just, and I know I'm not supposed to have favorites that are customers, but she is one of my favorites. So, and I'll just read this. To whom it may concern, I'm writing this letter as an expression of enthusiasm for doTERRA oils and supplements. As a customer, I have on no occasion been disappointed with either the product or the support I have received. I have found relief from insect bites in the summer and relief from stomach upset during the holiday baking marathon. I feel healthier as a result of lifelong vitality supplements and more secure in the overall environment of my home as a result of doTERRA's On Guard products. My customer service department experience was the best. Also very prompt and very helpful. What exactly am I trying to say here? I could not be happier with the product or the support. My only regret is that it took me this long to find doTERRA. Enthusiastically, Connie, age 70. She is my customer that contacted me last year. She was a referral, and she said, hey, my name is Connie, and I heard you're the person to go to because I want to be the healthiest 70-year-old that I can possibly be. And I absolutely love that. Like, it thrilled me so much. And she is one of my favorite people. She will contact me. She's attended all of the classes that I have taught. She even came to like 4 different essential oil 101 classes. So my point here is that it is never too late to start. Never, ever. So don't think like because you're at a certain point in your life, or maybe you've done like so much damage to your body, or maybe you have some emotional things going on, don't think that it's too late for you to start. It really isn't. So I hope that you guys have found some helpful things for your wellness box for next time. I hope that this class has been really beneficial to you, and I will see you very soon.